Yes, we are. We're ready.
I'm not.
You look like Giulietta Massimo.
You wanted to be in movies.
Are you
You want to
Christian?
act, is that it?
Sophia Loren.
Sophia Loren. Okay, you always wanted to act, but in reality, I mean, you're a bit of an actor in reality, though, aren't you? A bit of an actor in real
Yeah, the
life.
act of God.
The act of God, yeah. You're a passionate woman in real life, are you not?
Oh yeah, I'm very passionate about
Okay.
about life.
All right.
What else?
See now. Still working here? Let me see.
Are we gonna be on TV?
Yes. No, in the movies, only in the movies.
Oh wait.
This is recording, yeah, I hope so. Okay, to be serious, you like to make yourself up, don't you? I mean, that's actresses like to do that. I know you like to make yourself up, look pretty, wear pretty clothes. Is it is it to impress the men? Is it por le omni?
Oh, you hear what I say?
Por le omni?
I myself to impress the man. I'm impressed the man with my intellect.
With your intellect, okay, all right, fine. Impressed.
Right?
Yes.
Okay,
Oh,
so
yes. Oh, yes.
And
so
voila.
for your intellect, okay, good.
Now go on.
So
Be careful.
so how many men have you caught with your intellect in the last 2
Pardon me?
days?
How many men have you seduced with your intellect?
In the last
my
2 days.
life?
In the last 2 days.
What are the
5,
intellectual
6,
clause
7,
that you
8.
use?
Lots of them. Ask me what kind of wine I drink.
Okay, what kind of wine you drink?
Rocky
Bulgarian.
Valley, baby.
Okay, good.
Listen. Are you a race actor?
No, we're just joking. We're all just joking. Okay, we're going on to John. Oh, it's all play. It's all play, Morgan. John, I'm impressed in how you speak. Well, you speak Italian. I didn't know you spoke Italian.
Yes, actually, thank you very much. I love Italian, and Italy's a land of dreams for me. I've always wanted to live in Italy,
Oh yeah.
study in Italy, and work in Italy, love in Italy, and etc.
Okay. So, what was the marriage about? The other
Figaro.
the marriage of Figaro.
It was
Okay.
it was about the marriage
So,
of Figaro.
okay,
No,
and
it was Carmina's. It was Carmina's oldest son.
did he how long has he known this young lady that he's
I've known this young lady for about 4 years.
4 years? Oh yeah. And is she from Canada
She's
or
from Sri Lanka originally.
from Sri Lanka? Really? Wow, that's interesting.
They both met one another. They're studying computer science.
Wow, wonderful. Yeah. Does she speak any Portuguese that you know of?
I don't know if she speaks a little bit of Portuguese, I think, but just a little bit.
Just a tiny bit,
really
yeah.
much.
You think he's going to learn what is it that they speak over
Portuguese?
there? No,
Sinhalese.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, Sinhalese. Yeah. You
And
have
in
to
the
learn
north
a
they
few
speak
words.
Tamil. Maybe.
You never know, eh? Yeah.
But the Tamils are very interesting people. As one fellow said, I'd walk a mile for a Tamil.
Okay, now we'd like a song from you. Could you sing us a song? How about a lovely bossa nova song?
Se você dizer que eu desafio amor, saiba que isto a mim provoca imensa dor. Seu privilegiados tenho a vida igual ao meu. Essa rua apenas Deus me deu. Se você insiste em classificar meu comportamento de anti-musical, devo desmomentindo, devo argumentar. O isto é bossa nova, isto é muito natural. Não sei, você não sabe, em presente, o seu privilegiado também bate no coração. Fotografei você na minha Rolleiflex, evoluo no seu enorme ingratidão, etc.
Very good. I like that. Well, thank you very much, John. And we're going to move over now to Michelle.
Sing in French.
Michelle, it's your turn. It's your turn, Michelle. Okay. Now, what I want to ask you is, you won a prize the other The other month, I think, was it, or a few weeks ago, you won a poetry prize, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
And how much money did you make? Put it that way. Let's just cough up the dollar, the digits. That's what I want to hear. How much?
I made $150.
$150. Did you hear that, John? You made $150 and a poetry prize. This gentleman here, yes. Did you hear
Writing
that?
on the sidewalk.
Now this is your second year that you want
Much
to.
competition. 7 or 8 contestants.
Sidewalk poetry.
Writing your poetry on chalk on the sidewalk.
Jeez.
No.
Yeah.
I'm a philosopher.
Jeez. A philosopher. You're a philosopher. Meet a poet. Meet a poet. Okay, so how did you spend it? Did you invest this money in the stock market? Just wondering.
Well, I'm still considering my options.
Well, the thing is, don't try not and put it all in one stock. Try and diversify.
Oh yeah, that's the yeah.
That's what not my humble advice here.
My $150 grand. I will try to be very.
Okay, but in reality, though, what did you do with it? What did you go to the restaurant? You haven't even spent it yet. Oh, you're an economist. You're an economist. Oh my God, what an economist! Congratulations, sir. You are perhaps the great economist, the great unknown economist. You should be consulted. We should be consulted on a national basis. For your now,
When in doubt, abstain.
okay, very good. Is there a poem that you know that you can recite just from memory? One of your poems in French?
Well, I can recite to you something that came to me in my sleep this morning.
Oh yeah? Oh, okay, well go ahead.
It's in French.
Oh yeah, sure, in French.
Let me think about it.
Okay. Or you can recite it later if you want, whatever you like.
I realize
Come back to you later?
it may come back.
Come back, yes. Okay. How about a song? Do you want any songs that you can read? French?
Are you kidding?
Québécois? No?
Are you êtes-vous
How about
en train
de kidding? Comme moi, mon préféré, c'est un Canadien errant, j'aime.
un Canadien errant, banni de ses foyers, parcourait en tremblant les pays étrangers, parcourait en pleurant
Those are very good.
les pays étrangers.
Bravo. I was ready to weep. I don't know, I just was holding myself back. But very good. Thank you very much. Michelle, yes. Thank you very much. And sitting next to her is
Not as good as in Cuba.
is someone who looks more beautiful than you, Michelle.
Oh, well, that's too bad.
C'est la vie.
Help it.
More beautiful than you. And Peace has a lovely name, Peace. Yes. Who decided on the name Peace? Your mother, your father, your mom? Oh yeah. And have you fulfilled that
not in the sense that everybody thinks, because everybody thinks that you're peaceful. You don't hit other people, you don't say no, you don't, But to me, peace means I can do what I want. Yeah.
Oh, peace equals freedom in a way. Is that what you're saying? Peace equals freedom?
Yeah, but people think, when peaceful means you're very humble and everybody can bully you around. No.
Okay, that's a very good. I like that answer. I'm a big believer in freedom myself. Freedom. freedom. Now we're going to go to the baby.
Yeah.
Hakim?
His baby Hakim. He means,
Okay,
it means
now-
the judge.
All right, and I was. Okay, it means a judge, does it?
Yeah.
In your language?
No,
Or-
it's Arab.
In Arabic. In Arabic. Oh, the judge. Okay. Hakim. Do you know there's a big chain of optical stores called Hakim?
Hakim Opticals.
Did
Yeah,
you know?
I've seen it.
Do you think that's a sign that maybe he should become an optician? Or?
It's a sign that he's going to be rich.
That's a good one. Good, like that. Very good. He looks together. He looks very together. He looks like a very together child. Yeah, very. Oh, what a lovely smile. Oh, he looks like a very together child. Yes. And is he on his mother's milk or taking milk?
Mommy's milk.
Lucky him. That's all I have to say is lucky him. Lucky Hakim.
Yeah.
Lucky Hakim.
But I love to do it.
No, y yo dije, mira, con un juguito. Oye, cuando me traté
Okay.
de levantar, mis piernas no
Can I play a song?
Okay, I have two more questions. One is, what do you miss most about your country?
What I miss most about my country?
Uganda, yeah. What do you
My
miss
family.
most? Your family, okay. All right.
I miss my family so much.
Oh,
And then
you have no relations whatsoever here in Canada.
No.
Oh, that's a shame. That's hard.
Yeah, and then I miss, I have started on a political career. I miss it because I'm a little impatient. I don't know when I'll do my politics in Canada.
Oh, I see. Oh.
Yeah, and yet I was ahead in my country.
Oh, really, eh?
I was almost going to parliament, but here
My
when
God, really?
I have to wait another 30 years before I go to parliament.
Or you could have become a diplomat. Would you have liked to have been a diplomat, do you think?
It will take some time.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Yeah,
Of course,
yeah,
everything takes time.
So those are two things that I really miss.
Oh, I see. And in Canada, what do you like the most? What do you like the most in Canada?
What I like the most in Canada is what I like.
Is there anything you like?
Although I'm beginning to, people are beginning to tell me no, it's otherwise, but I think the people are kind.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because I've never got stranded. I go on the bus with my baby,
Oh, yeah.
and I don't get stranded. When I want to put the baby up on the bus, somebody comes up and says, "How can I help you?" Others even ask, and I'm like, "Oh no, I'm fine," you know. Yeah, I think people are kind, and I don't know if
Polite, eh? People are polite too,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
And I don't know if they were told to do that from childhood, but everybody in Canada smiles.
They smile, really?
They smile a lot.
Oh, geez.
We feel like smiling. I think it's
That's not
easier
interesting.
here. That's why
Yeah, you look at
probably
somebody
easier,
who's
yeah.
smiling, you're like, oh, did I meet you yesterday?
Do you know how polite I've become? You know, I mean, I was an immigrant too since I was a child. I mean, I immigrated when I was a baby, but still, you know how polite I've become? 3 weeks ago, I have to confess something to the world, is I actually thanked my bank machine for giving me money. So that's how polite I've become.
you know it's been proven that monkeys smile a lot to each other, and it's the way you handle aggression. They smile, and then the aggressive person goes away. Oh, yeah. The smile.
Okay, well, thank you very much. One more look at the baby. Hello, baby. Hello, hello. He's very good baby. I held him this morning. He was a very good baby. Yes.
I can smile. I can see Phil. I can see Phil.
No tanto.
No.
Hello, baby. Hello, baby.
Oh, he's not sick.
Okay, going on now.
No, si quiere. Sí. ¿Sabe una cosa? Mi ex mujer también le dio todo el tiempo. No tanto, cuando mi hija era así, le daba, me acuerdo un día le dio 11 veces. Mi hija estaba... Pero mi hija tiene un carácter muy estable.
Sí, dicen que los niños saben.
Y mi hija mismo al fin se cansó de la tele. Entonces quería comer otras cosas. Y la primera vez que le dimos un pedazo de carne, de pollo, no, carne blanca.
What's in the cake? Is that peach?
Se fue,
What's
hizo,
the name of the cake?
lo tomó,
It's a peach tort.
entró a su cuarto.
Do you want to just cut
Oye, la
pieces and just give it to
leona
the people?
su presa, comer carne ahí.
One
Ya ella dejó, pero
because he
como
knows
año y
my
medio
favorite is
estuvo-
butter tarts.
Oh, really?
Bueno para la niña.
Very good. Y también tu mamá. Y tu mamá también.
Like everyone is so balanced, Italians, but you know, the right people showed up, you know.
Leche, no nos dio ninguna de nosotros, por eso quedamos todos así inseguros.
Ah, empezaron a base de botella.
I understand it. Mama, leche, the whole bit. Mama, leche, those are two things I understand.
What are you
Mama and
taking this
leche.
all the time?
Yeah, I have. I'm going to be interviewing Ms. Perez here. Ms. Perez. Okay. Tell us about your Mexican folk dancing. I used to do folk dancing.
Estoy bailando en español o en inglés.
Well, let's say a little bit in Spanish to begin with, and then go into English.
Okay.
A little bit into Spanish, because remember, most of these people don't understand
Yo
Spanish.
tengo la gran fortuna de estar tomando clases de folclore mexicano.
Sí.
Es un baile precioso y muy divertido.
Sí.
Tengo el gusto de representar México, soy mexicana.
Ah, sí.
¡Oh, un cumpleaños!
Oh, birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Hayes. Happy birthday to you. Whoa. So how old are you now? 13?
I know, 90.
I didn't have a baby at 9. I'm 26.
Wow.
That's a wonderful
Wow.
You're a spring chicken.
Que tú continúa con
¿en
la presentación.
Bueno, in English?
Yeah, in English, yes.
Now
Okay.
I have the great opportunity to I've been taking Mexican folklore lessons.
Oh, yes.
I have a wonderful professor who danced for the National Mexican
Oh,
Ballet.
really? Wow.
He's an incredible dancer.
Wow.
And he just formed a small troupe,
Torta,
and
yeah.
then we're getting prepared to perform for the Mexican Independence Day.
Oh, lovely. What date is that? What day is that?
16th of September.
September. Oh,
Yeah,
lovely.
and so we are preparing two dances, one from Veracruz, and it's
yeah.
called El Caballito,
Okay.
with the little horse, and then we're dancing, Dios mío, se me olvidó, danzón.
Danson. Okay.
So I'm hoping that I'll make it to the trials.
Oh, I see. Oh, you have to audition. You have to
No,
audition.
we're not auditioning, but I think my knees are quite. I have arthritis,
Oh,
so once in a while they stop me from.
Oh, it's hard. Yeah.
Yeah.
For arthritis.
Yeah.
They're experimenting.
But it's really exciting. The music is fantastic,
Oh,
and
wonderful,
I
yeah.
think it must be something in my blood because I just leap when we have the music. It's
wonderful.
fantastic. So if it all turns out well, I'm gonna invite you all so you can go
Oh,
and
great.
see it.
Oh, wonderful. I'd love to. I took folk dancing too when I was younger. I specialized in Serbian folk dancing. Yeah.
With
Yeah.
the rounds.
Yeah, that's lovely music.
I loved it.
I enjoy that.
I think
You did some too?
I took some ballroom dancing, and my teacher was from Slovenia somewhere.
Oh, yeah,
And so
yeah,
she
yeah.
taught us some Slavic moves and also some Jewish.
Oh yeah, Israeli.
Rondas?
Oh yeah,
That was
Israeli. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Hora, yeah.
Yeah, very beautiful.
Yeah. The Israelis are very
But they're
well known for the
complicated,
folk
their
dances. Yeah.
footwork.
Yeah. In general, I had a hard time with remembering steps. In general, I'm not very good. Yeah.
Yeah,
Similar,
muy
yeah,
bonito.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Very pretty.
Yeah.
So that's my.
So you don't have a problem remembering steps. You don't have a problem with that. You're good at it.
No.
Good for you. Hey,
Right now,
congratulations.
it's just a matter of practicing, and I have a hard time doing that because I'm on the 4th floor, right? So
Oh, I
you
see.
cannot
Oh.
bother the neighbors. So,
But mind you, we have cement floors here. We have cement floors, so no way.
so I can show you some of the steps.
Okay, all right, all right.
Let's see, like they go.
You
Like,
show us the steps. Oh, lovely. Bailar. Hey.
and then when it goes
Oh,
¿Qué baile es ese?
de Veracruz. Es el
Veracruz.
caballito.
Ah,
are they then village dances, peasant dances?
folklore. It's folklore.
Oh, folklore, yeah, yeah.
Es
the
folclore
coast.
mexicano.
Yeah,
De
that's right.
Veracruz es lindo,
Donde
lindo.
viene la bamba es de Veracruz.
Perdón. Es Tamaulipas. Tamaulipas de la
Al norte de Veracruz.
Sí, entonces es tipo como huasteca.
Ah,
Es un poco diferente y es
la música huasteca es muy
con mucho violín.
sí, mucho violín y muy falseto. Malagueña es
Sí.
es huasteca.
Es muy bonito. Perdón, yo bailé horrible, perdón. Voy a practicar.
Yo canto, pero no me acuerdo. ¿Cómo va?
Malagueña. Qué bonitos
Ojos tienen debajo de esas dos cejas. Qué bonitos ojos tienen.
debajo de esas dos cejas. Ellos
No me quieren mirar, pero si tú no las dejas, ni siquiera parpadear. Oh, malagueña. Y hace un falseto.
Labios quisiera besar, tus labios quisiera, malagueña salerosa y decirte, niña hermosa, que eres linda y hechicera, que eres linda y hechicera,
como el candor de una
rosa, como el candor de
una rosa. That's from the Huasteca.
No hay una voz de...
No, yo no lo he practicado.
No, pero es lindo. Y el guapanta.
No, lo que México tiene que es fascinante.
Las
Cosas del
regiones.
folclore, son como 6 o 7 distintos países.
Tenemos de
Yucateco es
yucateco,
totalmente.
oaxaqueño, de la Huasteca,
Chiapas.
tenemos veracruzano, tenemos del norte, tenemos
El oeste.
tenemos el baile del venado, que es yaqui.
Yaqui, yo lo he visto.
Yaqui.
Bueno, he ido a Bellas Artes en México.
Sí, pues mi profesor, él vino del Ballet Nacional, de Amalia, no sé cómo se apellida, perdón, yo hace mucho
Yo
tiempo.
creo, no sé si han venido a Canadá o no.
Sí han venido.
No creo que en mi tiempo, pero... Claro, a veces es carísimo, ¿verdad?
Ah, sí. Yo voy a guardar mi dinerito porque a mí, yo quiero ir a ver el Requiem de Giuseppe Verdi.
Requiem.
Sí, lo van a montar con ballet, con coral, con teatro.
Bueno, hay que reunir plata.
Sí, va a ser una cosa fenomenal.
Fidel.
Bien.
¿Qué tiene Fidel? Que los americanos no pueden con él.
Gracias por la presentación, por la danza mexicana.
No, el baile, qué bárbaro. ¿Cómo me animé?
Señor O'Neill,
¿Qué quiere?
sí.
¿Qué le puedo ayudar?
Yo hablo español con un vaca francés.
Me dice que las vacas francesas son muy buenas. Así que tienes que estar orgulloso de eso.
It's the opposite in French. They say he speaks French like a Spanish cow.
No, yo conozco ese dicho. ¿Qué
So,
quieres que diga?
sí. Okay, so no, we speak English because my Spanish is
Okay.
very
I have a
limited, as you know.
Spanish song.
As you know.
You want me to sing it?
Sure, go ahead, sing it.
Esto es
Yeah.
una canción española,
Yes.
un paso doble.
Ah,
Que
¿usted
yo
baila
la-
sevillanas?
Bueno, tengo que estar un poco más ambientado.
Ok. Yo me sé la sevillana.
Sí. Bueno, esto es paso doble. Yo la compuse.
Ah, ves.
Se llama Cuatro Carcajadas.
Ok, vamos pues. Yo le hago el jaleo.
Cuatro carcajadas al viento lancé. Cuatro caballos de Troya, cuatro clarines de Josué. Y si no dije tu nombre, no es que no lo pensé. Y si no hablé de mi dolor, no es que me olvidé.
Ole.
Un vaso de vino agrio al mar eché. Una rosa sin perfume a la tierra entregué. Y si no eché tu sonrisa, no es que no lo pensé. Y si no eché tu teatro, no es que no lo pensé.
Vamos.
¿Será que la fruta está muy verde? ¿Será que la pesca está en veda? ¿Será que la flor está marchita? ¿Será que el amor duerme? ¡Ole! Una flecha nueva al aire lancé. Hijo de un árbol fuerte, flor que besé. Vuela como un águila hacia el blanco que anhelé. Y si solo besa la tierra, otra dispararé.
¡Ole! ¡Ole!
Aunque la fruta esté muy verde, aunque la pesca esté en veda, aunque la flor esté marchita, mi corazón sigue ardiente, mi corazón sigue ardiente.
¡Bravo! ¡Bravo! Muy bien.
I can do it a lot better when I practice.
That was lovely,
It's a
yeah.
Spanish style song.
Could you introduce, before you sing Rose of Istanbul, could you introduce the song a bit? Could you give a little background to it?
Okay.
And John gonna sing.
Well, could you turn it off a minute? Let me get some more wine.
Yeah, sure.
John.
You see how the
record.
means it's working.
Hi, Phil.
Hi there, how you doing?
I'm very fine, thank you. I'm having a great time.
Oh, good. Good.
You give a beautiful party.
Thank you. It's a lovely.
Lovely. Wait.
In the terrace, right? The
Lovely
sun, the
friends.
beautiful flowers,
Lovely friends.
the lovely river. Did you see? Can you take a film of the lovely river?
Oh, they were
This is our
gorgeous.
blood here. This river. It's what courses through all of our blood.
Beautiful building.
Beautiful.
Beautiful food. I hear you're a poet.
Okay. Yes, I am. Indeed.
You put any poems lately?
Oh. Like things I can't remember any of my poems.
Oh, wait, I have to get you.
Memory for
I'd like to thank you very much for inviting me to a wonderful brunch.
Oh, thank you for coming.
I met a nice people, been a nice neighbor,
Violao es un
and you got a multicultural. The John play guitar.
French,
The
Italian,
Cubano.
Spanish,
What's his name?
Portuguese.
son rivales.
Look at me, señor.
Lo que una cosa significa
Yes, that's one.
One. Smile.
¿Cómo?
¿Cómo está?
Oh, yo bien, ¿y tú?
Muy bien.
no gosta de
Vamos, ¿quieres ir a Cuba?
Then we have
¿Quieres? Mira,
Uno cubano.
a Cuba, Viva la Cuba.
pero después de Fidel.
Viva Cuba.
Viva Italia.
Viva
Viva Italia.
Canadá. Viva.
Viva y Azzurri.
Then we have Rosario.
Viva Sandy Hill!
Loblaws in Sandy Hill.
Viva Max and Sandy Hill!
Peace. Hi, Peace. Enjoying yourself? Are you enjoying yourself?
Very much.
Hola, Michelle. Hi. ¡Viva el amor!
Bueno, es una canción.
Unfortunately, as most
Tell
people
them, Phil.
will be listening to this in English, or as English speakers only, after this,
This is only in English.
fortunately. So, you want to introduce? You want me to introduce what?
Just tell them that I'm going to sing a song.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Get
Okay.
attention.
Okay. Juan is going to sing a song here.
Atención.
Juan is going to sing a song now, but he's going to introduce the song first, and I'll just say that the setting is Turkey. Am I right there? Okay.
It's a song that I wrote. I spent quite a lot of time in the Middle East, and I guess the place where I was the most más acogedor, say in Spanish, more captivating was Turkey, because a lot of the other places there was tension and fanaticism. And although they're beautiful things, you felt. I was in Lebanon, I was in Syria, I was in Israel, I was in Jordan, I was in Egypt. But Turkey was, very easygoing, and a lot of hippies and bohemians back then in the 70s in Istanbul. And I had a really delightful romance with a Turkish lady. I almost married her. She was very jealous type. She was very modern. She was a poet and a Turkish hippie and so on. But when it came to me talking to other women, just innocently.
You still have some scars.
Very good. Her name was Gül, which means rose in Turkish. And so the song is a memory of this time, this lady, that time, and I call it Rose of Istanbul. I haven't been practicing, so. We met in a moment of glory and loved in days of flame. Then you went away on a Tuesday, and I've never seen you again. You were taunting me and you were testing, letting time and pain have their way. But I'd gone on another journey when you called from far away. Rose, rose of Istanbul, boldness and passion your flair. Honey brown eyes, almond white skin, midnight silk your hair. Just a minute. Phil, you keep moving. Why are
Okay,
you moving?
no. Okay, I'm just trying to get other people in the views. Okay.
Okay, I won't look at you.
Okay, yeah. Just go ahead.
Tops of the tall minarets, the call to prayer touches stars, and the people, they come and they go, dark streets of bazaars. Oh, the indigo blue of your waters, and the gold of your precious mosaics, and the weathered gray stones of your fortress speak of honor and love and heartbreaks. Rose, rose of Istanbul, torn from an old book of rhyme. Rose, rose, daughter of flame, lighting the pathways of time. Were you born in a sultan's garden, or in a wanderer's tale? Did a breath of the east wind bring you, or a hunter in search of the grail? Did you know of my lost soul's coming? Did the sky look down with a smile? But I think that I'd always known you, and I'd walked many a mile. Rose, rose of Istanbul, I knew you and knew you not. Teacher, lover, and friend, you wanted more than you got. For a wanderer and a dreamer, is a man whose meanings are dim. He will tell you of flashing battles beyond the galaxy's rim. He will love you in body and spirit, chase every moonbeam, and you know that the gold of your passion can be lost and won in a dream. Rose, rose of Istanbul, we lost and yet we won. I will never forget, as long as there's earth and sun, as long as there's earth and sun.
Gracias, señor. Gracias.
Well, not as long as an epic, but thank you.
No quiero ser
A mini epic.
Sí.
Yeah.
So
Gracias.
tell us how you met this young lady. How did you?
You know how I met her? She was a telephone operator. Yes. And it went like this. I was kind of a bum. I was living in Istanbul. Well, I was going through my hippie period. And this is about 29 years ago. It's a long time. I look quite different. I look more like a Greek priest. Or like a Hasid, a Jewish Hasid. I had this long hair. And I actually was on my way back home. My father had died that year. And I knew I had to go home and cheer up my mother. She lived in Miami. But I was having a really good time. I didn't feel like going back. So I went to make a phone call to ask my mother for some money because I was running out of money. I did some writing, but I also got help from home. So I go in Istanbul. In a lot of the Middle Eastern countries, you can't call from your hotel. You have to go to what they call the PTT, the Telefonica, Poste Telegraph, Poste Telefone Telegraph. So I went to the PTT in Istanbul, and I made a phone call. I asked for Miami, and the phone call had to go to Ankara, the capital of Turkey, and from Ankara to London, and then London via satellite to Istanbul, to Miami. So I get the operators all speak English. So I got this operator, and she says, "Well, it'll take a few minutes because I have to contact London, and then they'll pass it on." I said, "Well, fine." And I'm standing in the booth. You know, like nothing can be more anonymous than a telephone operator. And suddenly this telephone operator says, "How's the weather in Istanbul?" Actually, it's raining today. So I said, "Well, how's the weather in Ankara?" She said, "Well, it's fine, whatever." So we began chatting. And I said, "Well, what's your name?" She gave me her name. And I said, "Oh, I said, well, if I'm ever in Ankara, I'll look you up." You know, she said, "Well, you can call me here and ask for me." Gül Cesuroğlu. So, Gül Cesuroğlu. So it's one of those cute little things, and my mother came on, and we had our thing, and that's it, and I went back to my hotel. About 10 days after that, there was this American guy who had a contract to write for a magazine called Crawdaddy, which was kind of like Rolling Stone.
Oh, wow.
I remember Crawdaddy.
Yeah, but it was like a smaller version of Rolling. Actually, it went out of business soon after, and I guess he must have known it. He said, "Well, I'm traveling around the world." He was with his girlfriend, and he said, and I told him, I said, "Well, I'm a freelance writer." And he had a lot of money, this guy. So he said, "Well, why don't you you do the stories?" I said, "Okay." So he said, "Well, I'll introduce you to the publisher of Crawdaddy." So we went to the PTT, and this guy, he was very patriarchal. He had this, his girlfriend, he was Italian from New Jersey, and he actually knew, some big guy,
Yeah, you can.
I forget, some big musician lived here. I could tell his father was wealthy. And so he said, his girlfriend was called Sarah. And he treated her like a poor Sarah. He treated her like a servant. But anyway, she was obviously, she probably went out in the end through patience. And so he said, well, Sarah, you set it up to call to the publisher of Crawdaddy to introduce me and say that I would do the stories from then on. Okay. So he and I are standing there. We'd all been smoking a lot of hashish to her.
Don't put that on film.
That's an old Middle Eastern custom.
Yeah.
It's really a metaphor for
No se preocupe, no se
we
preocupe.
were singing songs. Anyway, so and we're standing there joking while Sarah is standing in the booth, and suddenly she says, "How's the weather in Istanbul?" And I said, "That must be that friendly operator." I said, "Ask her if her name is Gül." She said, "Are you Gül?" "It is." I said, "Hey, let me talk to her." So we got on. I said, "Hello, how are you?" I said, "I talked to." Apparently she did this with everybody. I talked to you a couple of weeks ago. Well, she said she remembered me. And blah, blah, blah. So we had a little chat. And then the call went through. And I told her where I was staying. And, so that was it. So he talked to the Crawdaddy guy, introduced me, etc. Well,
She came down to...
no. Well, later. So I go back to my hotel. And my friends go to their hotel. It was a different hotel. About 1:30 in the morning, the guy on the desk comes and wakes me up. He says, "There's a long-distance phone call for you." I thought, my mother. My father had died a few months. I thought, oh my God. Why would I be getting a long-distance call? I was very frightened. So I went down. It was Gül. So she began calling me every night for 1 week. And I thought she's probably a disaster. I had no idea what she looked like. but she sounded like very spunky and very, she even read me some poetry of hers.
Oh, wow.
So then she called me after a week. She called me one morning and said, "I'm coming down, I'll be in Istanbul this evening." So I said, well, this is going to be it. If she's a real disaster, just treat her very nicely, and we'll be friends. So she described herself.
It's green tea. Is that okay?
Well, she was not a disaster.
It's nice tea.
She looked.
I'll pick it up in a minute.
She looked quite Middle Eastern. You remember a woman who was the Prime Minister of Pakistan a few years ago, Benazir Bhutto?
Oh yeah, I remember.
She
Yeah.
looked like
Pick it
her.
up in a minute.
Very long eyes, like almond eyes, black hair, very pale skin. So she came and it really became quite beautiful. Then I went to visit her in Ankara and back and forth. And then we decided to travel together for a while. And we went to Greece. And there in Greece we began having one fight after another. And then she eventually went to London. She claimed she had a boyfriend in London. And I kind of in, how they say in English, in rebound, al rebote, in the rebound, I met the mother of my daughter. She had just broken up with her boyfriend.
Oh, she too.
She was there too. We were living in this special world of the hippies in Athens. Very.
Oh, wow.
And so we started, and then about 4 or 5 months later, Gül called me again.
She had broken up with him. Really
I guess. I was untogether, So Gül, I'm married, and she then made I'm going to throw herself in the river. So, there was a big drama. Then the next thing I know, she wrote us a letter. Could I come and I'll help knit booties for the baby? I said, thank you, Gül. My ex was, what the hell she wants? Come and knit booties for the baby. Because Nancy was pregnant already. So we had an adventure. Anyway, and that's the song.
Gracias, señor, and thanks por the story too.
Hello, Juan. How is the weather today?
The weather is hot.
That's a good one.
I'm beginning.
You're starting it.
I'm starting it.
Peace from Uganda.
Here's my lighter. Spit it out.
Okay, there we go. Isn't that pretty? No, ain't that pretty?
You like that drama?
Good. There we go. We got you. I gotcha.
The Muganda, and we have a king called the Kabaka, and this is our anthem, the Buganda anthem, and it's just briefly it says, "So happy, we're such a proud tribe, we're such a big tribe, the strongest tribe, and we love our Kabaka so much we can die for him."
This was King Freddie, no?
King Ronald Mutebi, yeah.
No, but wasn't his father
His
was
father,
King Freddie?
I think so, yeah.
I remember he lived in exile.
Yeah, that
I
was
remember him, yeah. He lived in London in
So
exile.
it's goes twesimenyo olwa Buganda yafe ekitiibwa kya Buganda kyabadda kale mukikuumenga zenayimba ntya nesitenda Ssaabasajja Kabaka asanira fugo Buganda bwonna namwe mumukuumenga.
Oh, lovely.
Bravo.
Lovely.
3 cheers for the Kabaka.
Yeah. Yeah, but when they don't clap for the Kabaka, they lie down.
They like
Will you lie down for the Kabaka, really? Oh, jeez.
You go like flat,
a real king.
and yeah, whether you're a man. Actually, we had a function one time, and ambassadors came. The American ambassador was there, and ministers came. They are greater than him, but when they come to our functions, they are nothing. So they're all on the ground.
The American
Well, I'd like to see an American ambassador.
Exactly, and it was really fun.
I'm
Yeah.
going to send this clothes to the cleaner after.
Yeah.
Here's a bill.
So they're all
The State Department ordered me to do this.
Yeah.
Tones are very emotional.
Yeah.
Beautiful. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's like how can I even sing without saying the king is so great, you know? And it's saying that we have to guard our Kabaka, we have to keep him, like we love him so much. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very
It
Well,
makes
that's
him
lovely.
feel
It's a
so
lovely
big.
melody. Lovely
Yeah.
melody.
Thank
the
you.
melody is fantastic.
Thank you. I sang one verse though.
Can you sing another song
I'm not
for
sure
us?
about the second verse. Another song?
Yes, please.
I must go.
Oh, yeah,
I'm late
yeah.
for my other
But
flight.
another time.
Because Phil, I think, has to see him off.
I can I see him off, but I'll be back in 2 minutes.
Yeah,
Is that
yeah,
okay?
Yeah, that's okay.
And thank you for the song.
Okay.
It's so funny. When he really goes at it. When you don't have no choice. I'm licking you.
Are you doing a lot of writing or?
Some.
Yeah. Oh, I see.
I'm starting to wonder whether it's so good. I thought it was very good. Writing on the computer is very different and stimulating, and now I'm starting to wonder whether it's so good. I'm starting to think that it's just bullshit.
Well, but did you used to write longhand? Like
Oh yeah,
longhand
of course.
before?
Till last year. I've been on the computer for
Because
a year.
that man, you heard his
And it's
music.
like, as soon as I started to work on the computer,
Yeah.
I stopped using my
Bellefeur. Bellefeur. Fleur. Bellefeur. Yeah, he was.
Getting rid of the bad guys. And,
Yeah.
But the idea of the three, and even their characters, were like Bonanza.
Sure.
And even La Ponderosa, you know, it's a Spanish word.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bonanza is a Spanish word. I
Yeah.
think it's also Italian. No, Bonanza, it's Spanish. And just the characters, except that in Bonanza, the lead guy was at father, and in the Cuban one he was an older brother. And they even had the music was a silly little. It was at lunch, so you came home from school to listen to Los Tres Villalobos and then Tarzan. And it says, tres eran tres, los tres Villalobos, tres eran tres, y ninguno era bobo.
It was kind of really corny then, eh?
Very corny.
Yeah.
But I really, you know, I have
It caught your imagination. Caught your. Oh, I see. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Is a descendant of that, yeah.
Could well be, yeah. Because, you know, one of my favorite films was The Death of a Bureaucrat.
Oh, yeah.
Which is that an American film or?
No, Cuban.
Cuban, really?
1966.
Oh, really?
And I thought it was extremely good.
Was it a tragedy, a comedy, or comedy tragedy?
It's a
comedy, yeah.
What it's about is about a bureaucrat who dies, and anyway, they bury him, and they forget his party card or something that goes down into the grave with him. So what they have to do is they have to dig him up and exhume him, and they have to get this card, you know, so to be able to present. Or he arrives at here. I think he arrives at the in the graveyard. But you know they can't bury him because he doesn't have this card. And then they pass it, and they have to do some special processing. So a fellow takes the body, you know, it's his uncle or something. So he takes it to his house and he puts it on ice or whatever. And then he goes to these scenes with these bureaucrats.